This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. The Owls have done it. The Owls have done it. After 25 games unbeaten within the championship, to being top of the division, to suffering blows within the league in the latter part of the season. It was a roller coaster of a ride for Sheffield Wednesday. A team that were top of the league with 8 games to go in the season. And then back-to-back defeats. And then 3 draws left Sheffield Wednesday third in the table. And even with 6 points from their last 3 games, it meant that they finished third and were heading to the playoffs with a club record 96 points. With 96 points, you should deserve to be promoted. And then when you factor in the playoffs against Peterborough United, 4-0 down after the first leg. 4-0 down. And for you to reverse that to 4-4, you take the game to extra time. You go down again, 5-4 in aggregate. And then you score to make it 5-5. You take it to penalties. You win 5-3. In the final today, you take on Barnsley. They get a red card. You stay patient. You patient. And the chance comes. The seed of Dean Windass, who helped Hull City get promoted to the Premier League in 2008. His son, Josh, guiding Sheffield Wednesday to the Championship, the second tier of English football. Darren Moore, well done, sir. Well done. As a former reggae boy, we salute you. We salute you. We salute you. We salute you, sir. Congratulations on promotion to the Championship. Jaden Brown, Marvin Johnson, congratulations to you two gentlemen as well. Before I take the comments, commiserations to reggae boy John Russell. Commiserations, John. Since you came into Barnsley, you've had a great impact on the club. You got half an hour of playing time today. And you are a composed, hardworking, amazing football player. Better days are ahead for you. Trust me. Better days are ahead for you. Amazing. Mark Plunkett said he did it. Man of God says, up Simon. Mark Plunkett says, what a match. They're truly determined. And let me tell you guys something. That's Darren Moore's mentality for you. Remember team speech? I'm going to play it for you guys again. Okay? I'm going to play the team speech that Darren Moore gave to his team. All right? And I want you guys to listen to what he had to say, okay? Listen to this.
Quiet.
Listen.
Fellas, listen. I'm absolutely just so proud of every single one of you. We had a bit of adversity in the first game and we knew we didn't perform. But listen, lads, it just goes to show you what preparation does. We've prepared all week, the mindset, mentality, and in training. And I'm going to say this here, the belief has been there from day one. And I can't commend you all enough in terms of what you just produced out there. It's absolutely incredible. We really deserve it. I'm absolutely delighted with what we've had to come through this season. But listen, boys, we've got one more. We've got one more. Okay? You enjoyed tonight, but we've got one more. But I'm so proud. Yeah?
That's Darren Moore. That's Darren Moore. That's Darren Moore for you guys. Into second half of extra time, stoppage time. Windass, following in the footsteps of his father to score the winner to get promotion. Truly determined, Mr. United says, up Simon. What a result. What a result. What a result. Remember West Bromwich Albion when West Bromwich Albion's backs were against the wall? But Darren Moore came in. What happened? Got a draw against Swansea. Defeated Manchester United away from home. Defeated Spurs at home. Went into the last game of the season, still with a fighting chance. Fate might not have been in their own hands, but they did their job. Darren Moore did the absolute best he could. And if somebody was to hold against the draw against Swansea, that would be incredibly harsh. To go on to beat Manchester United, to go on to beat Tottenham Hotspur, to go and get a draw against Liverpool. Big teams, big results, big points earned. And that's exactly what he was able to do. Went to Doncaster Rovers, had a couple of years there, and then took on the challenge of Sheffield Wednesday. Darren Moore has another year left on his contract. And you would have to stay with him. He deserves it tremendously. And think about what he had to endure this season. I remember for the 4-0 against Peterborough, booed off the pitch in the aftermath, receiving racial abuse. And after the game, Sheffield Wednesday captain Barry Bannon dedicating the win, the turnaround, to Moore, saying what he has done is unbelievable to turn around the mindset of the players, and he's proud of him, how he's handled this week. Yeah. Amazing. Unassuming, humble individual, Darren Moore. Mark Plunkett says Wednesday needs reinforcements ASAP. Well, Mr. Moore knows himself that, Jamaican players are an avenue that he would look at. Congratulations to Mr. Moore. Yeah. You guys remember we had a chat with him, right? You guys remember that, right? Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember that quite vividly. Remember? And we spoke at length with him. Remember? You guys remember this?
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
That's Darren Moore. That's Darren Moore right there. That's him. Daniel Wheeler says contract extension. Daniel's hit the nail on the head. Remember what people were saying on different platforms in relation to Darren Moore, saying that the 4-0 should have been his last game and that should be it? Let this be an example that Darren Moore is a great manager and doing so well in the English game. As a former Reggae boy, we are proud of him, absolutely proud of him, and wish him all the best next season within the championship. We know the championship is a different animal. We know the championship is a different, but Tuesday, Saturday football, everything. Yeah. Okay. For promotion, Vinny Congo, for promotion is £1.4 million. All right. £1.4 million. Jerome 876 is proud of him indeed. And let's not forget the budgets, guys. From League One to Championship, it's a different budget. More TV revenue, because Championship, like wages for players, is like 4 digits in pounds, when in a Championship is like 5 digits. So Sheffield Wednesday will be able to flex their muscles a little bit in the transfer window. Sheffield Wednesday will be able to do that. The only thing is to ensure that they'll be able to balance the players that help them to get there and also get some reinforcements. For example, Jamie Vardy. Remember, Jamie Vardy's hometown club is Sheffield Wednesday. Jamie Vardy, as we know, has been at Leicester City for almost a decade now. For me, over a decade, I should say. For me, when I think about Jamie Vardy, the last thing for him to accomplish, because he played at a World Cup, he's played at a European Championship, he's won the Premier League, he's played Champions League, he's played the FA Cup. The last thing for Jamie Vardy to do is to play for his hometown club. So for me, if I was Darren Moore, I would say, okay, Jamie Vardy, Adrian Mariappa, Richard King. Let's get these 3 pieces of the puzzle together, and we can have a fighting chance in the Championship of being a competitive unit. That's how I look at it. Getting Jamie Vardy, getting Adrian Mariappa with the experience, 2 experienced heads within the team, because it's still a fairly young Sheffield Wednesday squad. If you look at the age of this team, a lot of players in their mid-20s, early 20s. Of course, you have the Barry Bannons and the Marvin Johnsons of this world, but it's a young team. It's still a young team, and that is why you have to recognize the major magnitude of this accomplishment. So for me, I would say bring in Jamie Vardy, bring in Adrian Mariappa, bring in Richard King. Mark Plunkett says, very proud. Very proud. Very proud, absolutely. Darren has done a fantastic job. Listen, I'm sure that Darren Moore is going to get the keys to the city of Sheffield now. That's how I feel this accomplishment is. And listen, guys, I want to stress that Darren Moore is a former reggae boy, and we're proud of all of our reggae boys wherever they are. Okay? Wherever they're doing, and we want to wish Darren Moore all the best in the Championship. I want to see Darren Moore manage in the Premier League again. I want to see him manage within the Premier League again. To see what he did in the limited time at West Bromwich Albion, I mean, it showed for me what he's capable of doing. And it may sound repetitive to some, but I think it's important to stress the magnitude of the results that he was able to garner when when West Bromwich Albion were in such a difficult position. Remember, Darren Moore took over the club with 6 games to go, right? Remember, prior to that, West Bromwich Albion were on an 8-game losing streak. That's how difficult, challenging it was, especially after the way they started the season, after back-to-back wins. First 3 games of the season was superb for them. They were unbeaten the first 3 games of the season. And then form dipped and declined, and they got themselves in the relegation zone after the 18th game of the season. But what happened after that? It was difficult, as basically what happened was there was some tough results, especially under Tony Pulis and Gary Megson, because remember, went to Tony Pulis, then went to Gary Megson, then went to Alan Pardew, but Darren Moore had the best record of them all. Darren Moore had the best record of all of those individuals. Remember, West Brom took on Swansea at home. I got a point. Then took on Manchester United and recorded a victory. Then drew with Liverpool. then defeated Newcastle away, then defeated Tottenham at home. 11 points out of a possible 15 heading into the last game of the season. Still with a fighting chance. On the final day, the other results didn't go their way. Southampton ended with 36 points, West Brom 31. Why would you say on the fence with Vardy? Because remember, even though Vardy is 36, you have to bear in mind as well that you need some experience within the squad. Somebody that has been there, done that. Has Jamie Vardy played championship football? Yes, he has. And he knows what it's like to grind out, especially from the 5th tier, the 6th tier of English football, know how to work his way up. So for him to now do that for the club of his boyhood club, the club of his heart, remember, enthusiasm, passion goes up when you're doing something for somewhere that you love. Wayne Rooney going to Everton, you could see a breath of fresh air when he was putting on a Everton kit. He was every blade of grass he was covering. So imagine a Jamie Vardy at Sheffield Wednesday now, his boyhood club. Michael Gordon says, congratulations, Darren Moore, on a masterful job. Love you and respect your club and efforts. Well said, Michael Gordon. Well said. Wonder if CFAS can get a look in at Sheffield Wednesday front line. Well, in relation to Darren Moore, he did say that, there were some Jamaicans that play in Eastern Europe that he was, keeping close tabs on. He's, as you guys know from that interview, a very proud Jamaican and was keen on, and is keen, I should say, on the work. You guys remember the interviews? Man, let me show you guys this. I have to show you guys this. This was 2019, the first one I'm going to show you guys. You see this? This was 2019. 2019. Why are you laughing? I don't get it. This was 2019. Guys, this is 2019,
The Reggae Boys.
Really, for Tapper and the work that he's done for the Reggae Boys.
You see what I'm saying?
Together and everybody working together. That is the ingredients for me that I felt that brought everybody together. And when I said that, was not just the players, the staff, the fans, the supporters. It brought everybody together in turning the club around. When we look back on a year on today to when it was in the Premiership to where we are now, challenging for an opportunity to get back in the Premiership, I put those ingredients as key to the success of what you see where the club is at now. And those are the values that I still carry and will carry to this day moving forward.
And how does it feel to be a pioneer for Jamaican coaches in England? You became the first Jamaican to coach in the Premier League and also in the Championship. How does it feel to be opening the pathway for Jamaican coaches?
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, Simon, it's an honour for me to be looked upon in that retrospect, really. And if it is, and it creates a pathway for many, many more, then I'm so happy for that. My work don't stop here. I want to continue to do it. I want to continue to represent. I want to continue to encourage others, Jamaican coaches, to come in to our professional game, because it's not just me as an isolated figure. There's many, many talented individuals, and collectively together we can help each other in being successful and being more and more. You see more and more coaches represented in the game. So for me, don't stop here. For me, my message is to encourage other managers and coaches of Jamaican nationality to represent and come into the game, because as I said, we need you, the game needs you, and I encourage you to come forward and start on that pathway.
Yeah. As it stands, Coach, are you in any talks to try to get into management again in the near future, whether it was a Championship club, a League One club, or are there talks? Are you having discussions? Are you having meetings?
Yeah, I mean, I want there's meetings, nothing concrete at the moment, but I'm in meetings at the moment, and I'm looking to, if the opportunity comes and the right opportunity to step back in there, then I'm happy to go back to work and continue.
So that was the first part. Let me show you the second one. This is when we caught up in England quite recently, you know. So I'll just play bits of the second one so that you guys can be able to get a bit of insight into things, yeah?
which had me hospitalized for a good few days, and I was really, really poorly with on my chest and the breathing. And I'm asthmatic, so it was very difficult. But the hospital staff, and obviously I give God thanks.
Remember that, guys, you know, COVID hit him really hard, you know. A COVID survivor to the championship.
For the healing, and here I am now back in managing Sheffield Wednesday, and looking forward to what we're through hard work. We're hoping it's going to be a successful campaign.
Yeah, the last time we spoke, you were in between jobs, but you had an opportunity at Doncaster. Now Sheffield. How's life in South Yorkshire compared to the Midlands?
Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, when I was managing at Sheffield, at West Bromwich Albion, you know, I took the job at Doncaster, and a lot of people thought, you know, why take the opportunity to drop to the level? But Simon, like I said to everybody, I just wanted to work. And just wanted to get back working and get back into management, and the opportunity came to do so at Doncaster, and we done really good with them for 2 seasons. And then of course we was in a real good position at Doncaster, and then Sheffield Wednesday came in for me. And with Sheffield Wednesday coming into me with the size and magnitude of the club, and having spoken to Mr. Chanzeri, the owner of the football club, it just made up my mind to feel that I wanted to come. My next destination stop was here at Sheffield Wednesday. I'm managing this wonderful historic football club. So I'm really pleased to be here. Last year was almost a near on minor miracle in terms of when we started from where we finished.
Guys, I'm going to continue the interview, but I want you to make note of what Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt has just made mention about in the comments right here. All right? Remember, you know, I want you to go back to last year. This is October 22, 2022. Okay? Sheffield Wednesday had a game at Lincoln, right? Lincoln is in East Anglia. And Darren Moore left Lincoln after the full time and drove his way up to Hull. He drove all the way up to Hull. That's a 3-hour drive to watch Jamaica's rugby league team at the World Cup. In the stands. Loves Jamaica. Came to the game. Baby Gardner was at the game as well. Right? Love for Jamaica. Coming up and being there when Jamaica scored their first ever try at a Rugby World Cup. Darren Moore was in the stands. He drove his way to Hull when he could have said, man, we didn't win today. We conceded a late goal. We got a draw. But he drove up to Hull. He drove up to Hull. Fantastic, isn't it?
And we missed out in the last minute in the playoff final, semi-final, should say. And then this year now we're back for the start of a new campaign. And at the moment, the team's doing good, full of goals. Defensively, we're good. So it's all round.
So I want all former reggae boys who are coaches right now, the likes of Darren Moore, the likes of Freddie Butler, the likes of Tyrone Marshall, the likes of Zavan Hines. I know he didn't play for Jamaica, but he was born in Jamaica. And others, the Fitzroy Simpsons, the Dion Burtons, the Paul Halls. All former reggae boys who are coaches, all of them, eventually, I would love to have a Jamaica coaches union where everybody are together, exchange ideas, exchange experiences, exchange contacts. Because in this world, opportunities open up over time. So imagine a Darren Moore coming to Jamaica and speaking at a coach's workshop, or speaking at a reunion of former national players, and speaking about the experiences that he shared, that he had endured from West Bromwich Albion to Doncaster Rovers to now Sheffield Wednesday, surviving COVID twice, not once, twice, to get where he is right now. You never know how much that could inspire, say, a Tyrone Marshall, and he gets that added boost to eventually be the manager of an MLS team full time. or the experience that it might give Andy Williams to one day be in the hot seat at Real Salt Lake, or the experience that it might give one day to Jamal Campbell-Rice to be manager at Colchester United, or Micah Hyde to go from the QPR's youth team to the senior team, or Paul Hall getting the opportunity to be the manager of Portsmouth. You never know. You never know. You never know. So having our former national players as coaches, firstly, for them to get the opportunities in North America and in Europe, fantastic. Firstly, fantastic for them to get these opportunities at the clubs. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So now that these opportunities are opening up for them, and more will open up for other former national players in the future as well, what we can do now is come together and pool the ideas together. How can we improve things? Let's look out for our fellow brother. All right. So we have, for example, Darren Moore could say, you know what, Zavon, I need a left back, what can you recommend for me? And then boom, Ben Johnson comes on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. Or you say, you know what, Darren, I really, really, really need a left back to come to MLS, and Darren was like, okay, Tyrone Marshall, guess what? I have Jaden Brown and you won't give you a foot wrong. That's just simple ideas. It's just simple things that could be put into perspective. You understand what I mean? So these are little things that we can think about, Yeah. Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off, my friend Rich Poe. It does.
And I'm very happy with where the team is at. I'm not completely satisfied, but I'm happy with the progress that we've made.
Yeah, if you look at the balance and the makeup of your squad, you have good quality players around you. Your skipper, Mr. Bannon, and of course we had a brief talk about the likes of Marvin and other lads with the Jamaican heritage. I'm sure they've added value to the squad that you currently have.
Yeah, currently, obviously we have our captain Barry Bannon is an exceptional player, and he epitomizes what we're doing here. But within it as well, for the JFF, we have some wonderful players here in Tariq Backinson, that he's here playing, Marvin Johnson, Jaden Brown, just to name a few really that's been here. Currently applying their trade here at Sheffield Wednesday, and if they can have a consistent season, Simon, then what's to say that they can't be part of the JFF preparations for the Gold Cup and World Cup to come. So, and with me as a manager here, I would always endorse that to help the country as well as I possibly can, because that's what we want to do, see that success come back to the island,
Of course.
A little bit about Darren Moore there. This interview was back in October last year. All right, October last year. That's when it took place. But there you get a little bit into Darren Moore, his love for Jamaica and willing to give Jamaican players opportunities. So, firstly, again, we want to say congratulations to Darren Moore for promotion. And secondly, we want to wish him all the best within the championship. All right, Jamaican coaches, we want to keep up the great work and keep doing fantastic things. All right. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button right now, okay? Hit the like button right now. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, okay, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in. And we got a lot more coming your way quite soon, okay? Cool. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.